And welcome to another edition of Talkline. I'm Zev Brenner, coming to you from the 28th Annual Aleh Foundation Dinner at the Museum of Jewish Heritage in New York City. Aleh Foundation helps disabled youth in Israel. We'll be right back with our very special program right after these messages. Don't go away. Stay tuned.
If you have diabetes and love food, pay attention to this free offer.
Hi, I'm Nicole Johnson, Miss America 1999. I've had diabetes since 1993, and I hate boring food. Well, I got these 3 free cookbooks with fantastic tasting recipes for people with diabetes. If you have diabetes and have Medicare, you can get these cookbooks free.
Call now to qualify for not 1, not 2, but 3 free cookbooks. Call 1-800-753-6314.
You'll love this rich chocolate cake, oven-fried chicken, and nachos. You'll also get this free meal planning guide and diabetes magazine. So call now for your free Better Care Kit with 3 free cookbooks.
To qualify, call 1-800-753-6314. That's 1-800-753-6314.
An important alert for people using the drug Avandia. The diabetes drug Avandia has been linked to serious heart-related injury and even death. If you or a loved one used Avandia and suffered a heart attack, heart failure, stroke, or heart-related death, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation.
Call 1-800-460-5950.
Recent congressional reports and FDA studies have found an increased risk of heart attacks and heart failure in patients using the drug Avandia. Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-460-5950.
One of the wonderful things about being at the Aleh Foundation dinner is you get these familiar faces. And Dr. Howard Feldman, we summer together in Long Beach every year. Good to see you, a member of the board of the Aleh Foundation. So I know you're involved in different things, and this is one of your favorite projects.
It's always a pleasure to work with people that help others that have no opportunity to do anything for themselves. And what got me involved is when you see the youngsters that they help, your heart melts and your soul opens to put both hands to help them. And what I've done is I've gotten a lot of people involved in terms of donating time, money, and other efforts to help these children that need desperately the help that is offered by Aleh.
Well, as a physician, as a doctor, helping disabled children is something which is paramount importance and sometimes gets neglected, and it's nice to see that you and your medical colleagues and friends are really so passionately involved in helping.
Absolutely. I have several friends at my table, some of which are educators, most of which are doctors, and by listening to the work of the other people here that we're fortunate to be with, they have now gotten involved to help, and I hope they'll become a root that will grow a new tree to help having others to join us.
Thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you. Well, I would like to say one thing. Rabbi Braun, he started very modestly, and the gentleman that is sitting with me is an educator, and he was one of the first people to support in a big way the organization. And he's a teacher who was more than a teacher. He helped many multitudes of people getting jobs in the Board of Education. And I know him for about 25 years. I took care of his mother. And through him, I first got my foot into Aleh. And once I got to know the people and the work that they do, it grows on itself. I can't describe, but the young man is right there. His name is Sam Amster. And
we're going to try to get him later during this broadcast.
He's an absolute angel, a modest man who's opened opportunities for so many people, who helped Rabbi Braun tremendously. And not only through money, but through very hard effort and engaging a lot of people to help. Like I say, there's a lot of people involved with helping kids that can't sit and can't eat and can't drink and can't dress and can't do the things that we take for granted. And it's just unbelievably wonderful what they do.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yossi Schoen is in real estate. He's a friend of Aleh Foundation, and a good friend,
right.
A very good friend.
Very good friend.
And he just came back from Israel, where he personally saw some of the work that Aleh does. So tell us about it. What did you experience? What did you see?
It was unbelievable. You know, I went there. The minute I got there, we went through the entire institution, from the bottom to the top, and the way the care, the personal care, with such greatness, with just devotion. It was unbelievable, almost like a one-to-one relationship. The nurses, the attendants, the therapists, the doctors, everybody. It was just a heart feeling, you know. I left like I was very deeply touched, and I saw the space was very limited, and they could do so much more, you know, if they would have the funds. So it's a shame that such a growing facility that can do so much for these children.
Disabled children, right?
Disabled children, right, very disabled. Some of them were totally disabled, different levels from young age to old age. And after I went through the entire facility with the main director, Mr. Marmelstein, very great guy. Are we done? Or? No.
You're doing fine.
Okay. And then he took me to the site, which was even more unbelievable. It was like 10-15 minutes from there in Bnei Barak, in Israel, and he showed me what they're doing. They're up to already the foundations, the first floor, a tremendous big lot, and they're putting up this ultra-modern, state-of-the-art facility to accommodate the needs. And there's so much more with pools, with facilities that they can do. It was magnificent, a one-of-a-kind, something you don't see. So it was really an unbelievable experience. I went together with Rabbi Brown. We spent the whole day, and we spoke to the doctors, the nurses, the therapists. It was just unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
There's nothing like it. We can talk about it,
I can
but
go on
nothing
and on.
like the real experience of seeing
like
it.
You can talk about it for days, but once you were there for after 10-15 minutes, and you see how these poor indigent children and young age, babies, infants, that unbelievable what they do to them. You know, I can imagine what the families are going through, and if not Aleh, I don't know what would be with these people. So it was really a moving experience. You know,
Thank you for sharing your experience.
My pleasure. Anytime, really.
We're speaking with Sam Amster. He is a member of the board of the Aleh Foundation, also an educator for many years, and I heard he was responsible for bringing a lot of Orthodox Jews to be teachers in the city of New York. That's the subject of another program, but you're such a good friend and you are so involved with Aleh Foundation. How did you get so involved?
I got involved through Douglas Jablon.
Maimonides Hospital.
Maimonides. I had a heart operation, and Douglas recommended this gentleman that I'm sitting next to.
Dr. Howard Feldman.
No, Dr. Jacobo was the operator. And then later Dr. Feldman. And through Dr. Feldman, this guy, Douglas Jablon, started telling me that there's an organization of handicapped kids. I dealt with handicapped kids because I had to hire teachers for handicapped kids, and these teachers had to have certain courses, had to have certain feelings, mostly than anything else, and I finally learned a great deal about them. And then when he told me there were Jewish kids and so forth, in fact, a couple of years later, I went to Israel to look, and it was a wonderful organization. They had a building outside of Jerusalem where there were 250 children and 400 volunteers, and they did everything possible for those children. And I took my mother, who was at that time 81 years old, and we just had a wonderful time. And from then on in,
you were hooked.
I was more than hooked. I was the fish, and I started doing fundraising and getting everybody involved. I got Dr. Feldman involved and many other people who didn't understand the value, because many of them were special education teachers, and they were doing that, and they never realized that amongst the Jewish people, unfortunately, there's also the same problem. They're human beings. And I continued, and I'm just happy that these things are happening. because without these organizations, these children will be in great trouble. Most parents are poor. They couldn't possibly support those children. And now these children are becoming as we call human beings, but much more so. They're becoming part of society. And I'm very, very proud that the Jewish people, particularly the Orthodox, are not doing, because they always get criticized about doing things. And here they are doing a fabulous thing. So I'm so glad that I'm part of it, and I hope it continues on for many, many years. Thank you.
Kol hakavod to you, Sam. May you continue for many more years to come to do what you're doing on behalf of Aleh, really for all our children.
And you too, what you're doing for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Holly's discovered a secret that could help thousands of other catheter users.
For years, I never realized how different catheter supplies really were.
Like thousands of Liberator customers nationwide, Holly discovered the big difference Liberator makes with a wide range of personal services, unlike other catheter suppliers.
Liberator Medical saves you money.
Liberator contacted my doctor and made arrangements for me to try catheters that were easier to use, much more comfortable, all for free. And they helped me qualify for a new sterile catheter every time I needed one. No more reusing.
We work with your doctor, insurance, and Medicare. We handle all the paperwork and billing. There's free shipping for little or no out-of-pocket costs.
If you or someone you care for uses catheters, call today. See what makes Liberator so different and for little or no out-of-pocket costs.
The minute you make the phone call, you're going to see the difference.
Call 1-800-628-2454. 1-800-628-2454.
Are you stressed over credit cards and other debts? Maybe through no fault of your own? Imagine how it would feel to have that weight lifted right off your shoulders. Well, here's some good news from America's trusted name in debt relief. Care One providers have already helped over 4.5 million people in debt, and we can help you today. Just call this toll-free number to speak with a friendly representative, and in just minutes, you'll get your free debt relief analysis.
Just call the toll-free number today.
Welcome back to the program. I'm Zev Brenner, coming to you from the 28th Aleh Foundation dinner in New York City. Good to see Councilman David Greenfield of Brooklyn again. If you're here, it must be a good event.
You know, it's not just a great event. It's really the people behind the event are doing great work, and the organization Aleh is really a critical organization in Israel. And it's terrific to see people coming out here in support of these children who really wouldn't have these resources without the work that Aleh does. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to support the cause. I'm happy to support the people, many fabulous people who are being honored tonight, and it's a beautiful night. It's a great view, and you really know it's an important event when Zev Brenner and Talkline Communications are covering it.
Well, it's a mutual admiration of society doing such good work in New York. The only thing we have to do is we have to get more parking spaces around here, right?
It's something that I work on all the time.
I know.
I actually, as you know, changed a situation in Borough Park where we had parking on Fridays ended very late, and as you know, during the winter, Shabbos starts very early. So I got them on this main thoroughfare on 16th Avenue to end metered parking at 5 p.m. So that way, even when Shabbos ends at 4, you can still put in the quarters and it opened up around 150 parking spots. So I'm even working on the parking situation, Zev.
Terrific. But we're all parked here for a good cause, and we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you, and congratulations again. And listen, it's always great to be with the king of Jewish broadcasting. So thanks for having me on.
From the city council to mayor or beyond?
Well, listen, for now I'm happy, and I'm young, and we have time, and I promise you, when I decide to run for higher office, you'll be the first to know.
I'm expecting that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're with Dr. Liza Konchakov. I haven't seen her in a while, so you've been involved with the Aleh Foundation almost from the get-go, right?
Yes. Since it came to America many, many years ago.
So you have been involved in all different facets. Tell us about what you've done.
My life has been involved in healthcare.
And you see firsthand what the good work that they're doing, especially disabled kids that sometimes don't get the same attention as other children. And it's nice to see that due to your efforts and the Aleh Foundation, that they're not being neglected, they're being helped, not only they, but their families.
It's always wonderful to see where no child is left behind.
Literally.
Literally.
Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Spell your name for the camera, please. We have the privilege of speaking to the Dean of the Republicans, Dean Skelos, State Senator Dean Skelos. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you at the Aleh Foundation.
This is a wonderful organization. You know, as we sit here and we look out at the Statue of Liberty, we think about how blessed we are to live in this country, because it gives you the opportunity to provide for your family, to work hard, but also to remember that are those who are less fortunate, whether they live in this country or they live in the state of Israel. And we have an obligation to make sure that all individuals, especially young people with disabilities, have the support that's necessary to enhance their quality of life.
Well, absolutely. I know we live in challenging times. It used to be where I think even government used to get more involved with projects helping people here and even overseas. That has been a lot more limited these days because of budget constraints.
Well, it is a bit, but that's when the good people that are here tonight, people step up, volunteer their time, contribute their money, and makes up for the difference. What government can't do, these good people are doing right now. And that's why it's a special organization, and I'm so proud that they invited me here tonight.
And we're glad you're able to join us.
Pardon?
Glad that you're able to join us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're very pleased that we're speaking to Rabbi Shlomo Braun, the founder and director of the Aleh Foundation, very active in the Jewish community, and congratulations on 28 years of the Aleh Foundation helping disabled children in Israel. How did you get involved to found this organization?
In the beginning, when a couple of parents got together and they wanted to do something positive to put aside the stigma in the Jewish community, no longer to hide these children in a closet and do something positive about it, they felt that they needed a presence in the United States in order to get the message across. So some of the leaders from Israel reached out to me and they asked me to get involved. I told them that I couldn't, because at that time I was the director of the Council of Jewish Organization Borough Park. I was on staff with Congressman Solards, and I had a house of a half a dozen children on my own, and I was a very busy man. So what their response was, if you need something important, you go to the busiest man in town, he'll find time for everything else as well. And we reached out to thousands of people throughout the United States who have become familiar, and from being a small apartment taking care of several hours for a few children, it is now the largest facility dealing with special children throughout the entire country of Israel. In Bnei Brak, in Jerusalem, in Gedera, and they have an entire village in the Negev. I want to tell you, Zev, I have listened recently to your program, so I must commend you. The compassion that you have shown, and you have done some highly
controversial
programs, and it has been marvelous. You have the capacity of dealing with every situation and with all kind of character people. It is marvelous, and I must commend you on that.
Well, I must commend you, because while I deal with a lot of controversial issues, one thing about what you're doing is not controversial. You cut across the lines, religious, not religious, Jew, non-Jew, whoever needs help, you're there helping them in Israel. And in fact, I spoke to some people who have actually been to the Aleh Foundation facilities in Israel. Your biggest problem is you need more space.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now they're doing...
And more money, yeah.
Absolutely. And right now they're doing an additional project which is going to alleviate some space in the Bnei Brak facility. 2 floors will be emptied because many of the children have come to a capacity where they're no longer going to be have to be there around the clock, and they're going to be able to transfer to the new school that is being built now, where they're going to have a 12-hour curriculum, and the children will be taken home at night and brought back at 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is a facility that is 10 minutes away from Tel Aviv. It's called Pardesket. It is going to be a $40 million school. It's going to be a model program for the entire world. Nobody had seen such a school ever, and people are going to be very impressed once they're going to come see it, and it's going to be an outstanding service for these special children.
I can't wait till it's open. During these tough economic times, are you finding it challenging, difficult to raise funds? You have to raise $14 million?
It is an understatement what you just said, but there is still a lot of good people out there. I was recently directed to a person who is an executor of a $100 million estate, and I took him 3 months ago to see the facility and the place where they're building, and we are negotiating for a $5 million gift. If that comes through, we're in business.
And if that doesn't come through, you're still going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
I know you.
We're going to get there.
One way or another.
Absolutely.
With God's help.
And with friends like these, we can't go wrong.
Thank you for the very important work that you're doing.
My pleasure. I must say, without Zev Brenner, we can never get there, but we will get
there. It's been a while, so you're doing such wonderful work, and really, you get to see all different kinds of people that are involved here in the United States and in Israel, testimony to what you're doing.
All over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Last time I was with State Senator Marty Golden, we had pizza together, right?
The kosher pizza.
Kosher pizza together.
Very good.
But now we've upgraded because now we're here at a beautiful, sumptuous dinner at the Museum of Jewish Heritage in Battery Park on behalf of Aleh Foundation. So good to see you again.
I'm privileged to be here, and with Rabbi Brenner, and of course with my leader, Dean Skelos, Senator Dean Skelos, the Majority Leader of the State Senate, to be here and to greet and to present honors to so many great people that have done so many great things for Aleh, and of course the children of needs and disabilities. And I'll tell you, there's a lot for us to learn from Israel here in our own nation.
Oh, absolutely, because what they're doing, in fact, with the technology and with the know-how and really the passion, they're really doing a fantastic job with these disabled kids.
I got to tell you, yet this governor here in the state of New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo, is obviously leading a charge to go after many of the kids that have been battered and abused and maltreated. And so he's setting up this new organization that's actually going to go in there. Justice Court is being formed to go in there to prosecute and take the people that have hurt these kids and to try to get a real sense of how we get the best type of education and health care into the mentally and physically handicapped. So he's doing a great job, but Aleh and Israel is far ahead of us, and hopefully we can learn from that, and hopefully we can add that to something that we do here in the state of New York.
Look forward. Thank you for joining us again on our TV show. I know you're going to be back on our radio show too very soon.
Yes, very soon. I'm looking forward to it, and thank you.
Thank you.
Great work. Thank you.
I've been on a lot of TV shows, but one of my favorites is Zev Brenner on Talkline. I love this show. I love this network. I love talking about my books, my activities with Zev Brenner. Good questions, good listeners, always get a good response.
Talkline now on throughout the metro area on WRNN Channel 62, Sunday nights at 11 p.m. and Fridays at 1 p.m. For other times, please check your local cable guide or call 1-866-MY-TV-SHOW.
Do you take prescription medications? Are you spending money for them every month? Do you want them for free? Call the free prescription hotline to qualify for free brand name prescriptions and medical supplies. If you are insured, uninsured, or a Medicare beneficiary, your brand name prescriptions could be free. Call the free prescription hotline to see if you're eligible for the new programs and receive your brand name medications free.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald, Medical Director of the Free Prescription Hotline. We can now offer the 2010 expanded programs for free prescription medications. So many people do not take advantage of the benefits they're entitled to because they don't call. When you call the Free Prescription Hotline, you'll find out if your medications and medical supplies could be free.
Call now. All callers will receive a free prescription savings card. Don't miss the deadline. Call the Free Prescription Hotline now.
Call 1-800-603-7920. That's 1-800-603-7920.
pleased to speak with Jack Harunian. He is from Iran. He served in the Shah's army. He was supposed to be a dentist, but ended up becoming a big rug magnate. He's a trustee of the city of Jerusalem. He is so active in so many Jewish causes, including the Aleh Foundation, where he's being honored tonight. Jack, it's a privilege and honor to have you with us.
It's my honor.
Did I leave anything out?
It's my honor to be part of this nice organization. I am devoted myself to raise money for Israel, especially for the hospitals. And for past 25 years, day and night, I am devoted, and I'm very successful. Planning to go again to Europe to raise money for Aleh. This is such a beautiful cause, and the people trust me. That's the reason I'm very successful. I have been around the world. I have been up to Sydney, Australia, and New Zealand, and everywhere, every part of the world except South Africa. That's my love. Israel is my love, is my heart, is my mind. I'm honored to be part of these nice organizations. At least we have built 7 hospitals, especially Shaare Sedek Medical Center in Jerusalem. And Mr. Olmer, the Prime Minister, he has asked me to continue for Aleh the same. It's almost 12 years I'm raising money for Aleh too.
Now you're doing wonderful work for Aleh. I know that you had brought Prime Minister Ehud Olmert to your home for a fundraiser for the Aleh Foundation.
Correct. It was August 6, 2001.
I was thinking as I was reading about your rich history and your involvement in Israel, and God works in a mysterious way. Thank God you didn't become a dentist.
Thanks God, God has given me time, and I have the Baruch Hashem strengths. I'm doing very well. I'm happy what I'm doing. And in the meantime, I want to mention my wife is always my biggest supporter, and I'm happy with it.
You are a team. You're a very good team.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
Thank you. I wonder really what you're doing for the Jewish people and for the children of Aleh. God should bless you with many more years.
I will continue. You don't have to worry about it. God bless you.
Thank you. Dr. Jeffrey Wissoff is receiving the prestigious medical award from the Aleh Foundation this evening. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And really a much just and deserved award.
Well, it's really on behalf of all the children that we care for. They're really the special people in all of this.
Now, you have written over 150 articles and books regarding medical topics, so you know firsthand what these children are going through and what can be done to help them. So I think it's even more impetus to people to get involved when they see somebody of your background that knows what's going on.
Well, I hope so, because after all, when you're dealing with children, you have a whole different mission. When something bad happens to an adult and you go to the doctor, you look for a month, a year, a couple of years, and these are children where we're really looking not for a year or 6 months, we're looking for the next 6 or 8 decades. And without the dedication of organizations like Aleh, without physicians like myself, and without the support of all the people here tonight, we just can't look to that lifetime of hope and accomplishment.
I think people should emulate what you're doing, continue with much continued success, and we appreciate your being in a Mazel Tov.
Thank you very much.
If you've ever considered hosting your own radio or TV show, then we can help you. Talkline Communications works with individuals and groups interested in broadcasting on radio and TV. Ideal for lawyers, doctors, financial advisors, organizations, or anyone interested in broadcasting. Talkline works with various TV and radio stations in New York and around the country that lease airtime at competitive rates so we can pass on that savings to you. For more information, call us at 212-769-1925. That's 212-769-1925.
I'm Zev Brenner, your MC for tonight's very, very special dinner on behalf of the Aleh Foundation. And as I look around the room, a story comes to mind of a young lady who goes to her rabbi and she says, "Rabbi, I have 2 suitors, 2 wonderful young men that want to marry me, Yankel and Chaim. Who's the lucky man that I should marry?" So the rabbi turns to the woman and she says, "Marry Chaim and Yankel will be the lucky person." Ladies and gentlemen, we're all lucky to be here tonight at this very, very special dinner, which is the 28th annual dinner for the Aleh Foundation. As you all know, in Hebrew, Chav Ches, 28 means power, strength. And certainly, the Aleh Foundation has been a source of strength to our community. And as the course of the evening goes by, we'll talk more about that. And everyone who's participating in tonight's dinner is included in a raffle for 4 round trips tickets to Israel, sponsored by Hass Advantage Credit Card Company, a longtime supporter of Aleh Foundation. Shh. We'll do the national anthem and Antikva in just a little bit. We're very pleased to welcome to these microphones State Senator Marty Golden, who's going to introduce our very, very special speaker, Dean Skelos. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to State Senator Marty Golden.
Zev, thank you very much, and the great work that you do, and both TV and radio, I say thank you. And we were just commenting the last time I was with Zev on TV, we were sitting in his office and we had kosher pizza. That's been a while back, but he does a great job. Give a round of applause to Zev for all the good work that he does for the Jewish community and getting the word out and the education that he gets out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an important evening because we're here, obviously, to honor some of the greatness that's in this room. People that have done such great things in their lives and in their communities, but really reaching out and helping those that are less fortunate, those that are in need, those that are physically and mentally handicapped, those that need our help. And Rabbi Braun and Aleh have done such a great, great job over the years, and the board of directors and the officers, give them a round of applause as well. And Rabbi, I say thank you. We've given out legislative resolutions, my leader, Dean Skelos, and the New York State Senate, to the honorees that are here this evening. And I have the privilege now to be able to give an honor to the leader of the State Senate, the Majority Leader, Dean Skelos. Dean Skelos has not only been in the, since 1982, 84 in the State Senate, but he's risen to the rank of being the Majority Leader, and over that time has been able to deliver and work with the communities, not just in Nassau County where he represented before he became the Majority Leader, and now representing 19.5 million people in the greatest state, in the greatest nation in the world. You got to remember, this was not such a friendly place. It wasn't such a great place just a few short years ago. We've seen terrible things happen, some of the worst years since the Great Depression. And it's a struggle for many families and for many communities and for many organizations that need help. But Senator Dean Skelos, Majority Leader, has kept the focus, and the focus is on being able to help those that cannot help themselves, to be able to get in there and to work with communities, to make sure that those communities can be strong. And by being those communities strong, just in Borough Park here in our community and up through the Midwood and into the Sephardic community, we've been able to work this year alone and making sure that we got the bus services delivered for the kids that went to school after 5. Dean Skelos fought to make sure that those buses were delivered back to our community so that our kids can get through those streets safely. He's also fighting right now. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He's fighting right now and delivering funds to make sure that our kids get the best education. We went in there. The state of New York owed us $300 million to private and parochial schools. And it's supposed to be part of the delivery. It's supposed to be part of the mandated services. Well, they didn't pay. Dean Skelos, Senator, Majority Leader, went into that, talked to the governor, and had the legislation written that can never happen again, that money will be delivered, and it started with a down payment of $7 million this year, and every one of our schools will get that in the future going forward. We're presently fighting right now for one of the most important things for each and every one of you, and that's for education and making sure that we can afford that education. And we're out there fighting for a tax credit that will be brought up probably over the next several weeks, and we're going to make sure that we get it passed in the State Senate and work to make sure that the Assembly does what it's supposed to do and making sure that they give what's needed and necessary for our children in our communities, in our private and parochial schools, and give them the best education that they can get. That's the type of leadership we have with Dean Skelos. That is the type leadership you're going to see in the future. And it's my privilege as the new guy, I'm only there 10 years. He's there since 1984. And I got to tell you, the work that we've been able to accomplish just in the last 2 years in bringing this state back to where it is today and still keeping our eye on the ball, keeping our focus on the community, your community and other communities, to make sure that we deliver for your community, to make sure your families have the quality of life that you need. It's been a privilege working with Dean Skelos, and it's also a privilege. We were joking just before with Rabbi Potasnik, another good friend of Dean Skelos and myself. Rabbi, you do an outstanding job, and may God bless you for the good work that you do. But the rabbi was saying he had a couple of little things that he wanted. I want to know if he's going to get a check, or was it credit cards or cash? It was credit cards. Cash for me. Thank you, Rabbi. But the presentation that I'm about to present to our leader here from the State Senate is a blessing, both in Hebrew and in English. And it's that to a business person and to a person that operates a business. Dean Skelos is operating a business. He's operating your tax dollars to the tune of $132 billion a year. And had we not taken back the Senate 2 years ago, that would have been up to about $145 billion of additional taxes and fees that your community and our communities would have had to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a conservative, a true conservative, and a man of greatness. And this blessing that is being given to him by Aleh is truly about the business of the people of the state of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Skelos, the Majority Leader of the New York State Senate.
Thank you very much, and good evening. And I want to thank my colleague, Senator Marty Golden, for being here this evening, for his kind comments, and for being part of the presentation of this award. You know, I have had the opportunity to meet many of the fellow awardees this evening, and, you know, quite honestly, I'm embarrassed by that because so many of you in this room, all of you in this room, have really committed more of your time and more of your money to make sure that this organization continues to flourish and to make sure that the funds are necessary to help those who are disabled in the state of Israel. You know, we are so blessed, as I was looking out the window before to see the Statue of Liberty, we are so blessed to live in this country. And we are blessed that this country affords us the opportunity to work hard, to make money, to take care of our families, but there's also an obligation of all of us to give back and to help those who are less fortunate than we are. That's what the Aleh Foundation does. They give back. They make sure that the quality of life that we want for all of us and our families in this room are available for those young people who have certain disabilities, that they have the opportunity to achieve whatever they can achieve in terms of their own self-esteem, and to be able to be proud of themselves and to be able to be an integral part of the community. So I thank you for this award. As I said, I'm humbled by it. And to all my fellow honorees, I congratulate you and ask that you continue to do what you've been doing for this great foundation. Thank you very much.
Big hand, Dean Skelos. Thank you.
This is the Jewish Basketball Hall of Fame. The most complete action-filled history ever of the legendary Jewish basketball players of the 20th century. This video library is comprised of rare, vintage action footage of every player. Here are the Jewish stars and superstars of basketball in all their glory, in their prime, all together for the first time anywhere. There has never been anything like this before. The Jewish Basketball Hall of Fame brings to life an elite Jewish sports tradition filled with Jewish pride. Here they are, the Jewish basketball stars and superstars who, until now, have only lived in nostalgic memory.
I've been making credit card payments for years, but the balance never seems to go down.
Well, no matter how high your debts are, at Jordan McKenna, we're not here to judge you. We're here to help you. We'll match you with a reputable law firm who will negotiate and reduce your credit card balances. Stop those harassing collection calls. They'll even design an affordable monthly payment plan that fits your budget. You could save thousands of dollars. Call Jordan McKenna right now for a no-obligation consultation. It's that easy.
Call today, 888-685-1433.
It's only because of friends like you tonight that Aleh has succeeded to build and maintain its rehab center, Bnei Brak, which cost $5.5 million, and then another facility in Yerushalayim and Jerusalem and Gedera, and ultimately an entire village in the Negev for a cost over $50 million. In all these facilities, over 750 disabled children and young adults reside there that are being treated with the most sophisticated therapies and medical care, as well as 12,000 children who come to the centers as outpatient clients in the course of the year. So a big hand to all of you for being participatory in this really great mitzvah, great deed. Our first awardee tonight is Dr. Jeffrey Wiesoff, and he's here with his lovely wife, Deborah, his parents, and his family. And he is a pediatric new surgery at NYU Langone Center, and he's one of the founding members of the Division of Pediatric Neurosurgery at NYU. And in 1984, he's also co-author of over 150 scientific papers and articles, which is an amazing, amazing achievement. He's also a senior member of the National Children's Oncology Group, where he has served as co-chairman of the Neurosurgery Committee and a senior member of the Brain Tumor Strategy. He is also a past chairman and officer of the Joint Section of Pediatric Neurosurgery of the American Association of Neurological Surgeons and Congress of Neurological Surgeons, and a member of the American Society of Pediatric Neurosurgery. It's a mouthful, but he's accomplished a tremendous amount over the course of time. So it's a great privilege and honor that we ask Dr. Jeffrey Wiesoff to come up to the podium and accept the Medical Leadership Award from the Aleh Foundation, and call upon Rabbi Shlomo Braun also to come join us. Big hand. Yes.
Thank you so much. It is truly an honor to be here. I want to thank the Aleh Foundation, Rabbi Braun, of course Giddy, who makes all this truly happen. It is an honor that I accept on behalf of all the children. I have to, of course, thank those people who keep me going day in and day out. My family, my parents are here. My father is a retired neurosurgeon who first taught me the need to be both an optimist, honest, and have the highest level of integrity when caring for people. And no one means more to me on a day-to-day basis than my wife, Debbie, and my daughters, Jessica and Alyssa. You know, when you care for a child, it's very different than when you care for an adult. If something bad happens to any one of us in this room, and you go to the doctor says, I'll give you a month, I'll give you 6 months, I'll give you a year, each and every one of us snaps at it. But when you're taking care of a child, what is 6 months, what is 12 months, what is 18 months, in a child who's looking forward to 6, 8, 9 decades of life? So we have an obligation for children, not just to win a battle, but to go out and win a war. And in large part, that's what the Aleh Foundation does. As a neurosurgeon, I take risks, or my patients take risks every day. I'm going to take a risk by trying to tell you my own interpretation of one of my favorite stories in the Torah. It revolves around the story of Noah, which everyone knows. And within the story, there's one sentence where it describes how the ark was lit. It says there was a magic or fabulous light within the ark. And multiple sages over the years have talked about how this came through a window so that it lit in a special way, or there was a crystal that diffused the light. I think my favorite interpretation is that the light was really, it wasn't a true light. It was symbolic of the light, of the love, of the care that Noah had. And it was this light that emanated from Noah and his family that was going to rebuild the world, repopulate the world, and heal the world. And tonight, I think that everyone who's here has a little bit of that light within them, because it's your commitment, your dedication to being here that helps us heal the world, helps us perform Tikkun Olam. Thank you very much.
And now we're very pleased to present the humanitarian awardees for tonight's dinner. And the prestigious humanitarian award is bestowed annually to community activists who have excelled as caring people who do service to humanity. And tonight, Doctors Andrew and Galina Zaretsky clearly qualify for this distinction by view of a brilliant career of caring for children, adults, the elderly, and of course, public service. Dr. Andrew Zaretsky was born in Russia, spent his childhood in a small town. There are only 6 Jewish families, not even a million of Jewish families. And his parents sent him to medical school where he met his wife, Galina, graduated with honors. After the Cold War ended, of course, they emigrated to the United States. He took a position with Dr. Joseph Solomon's practice in Beaurepaire, where he totally devotes and dedicates himself to his patients. Dr. Galina Zaretsky was born in Belarus. She completed her residency in Lutheran Hospital and currently has a private practice in Brooklyn. And both doctors, Andrew and Galina, have synthesized their knowledge in the medical field with Torah commitment. Many in their family is blessed with not only medical knowledge, but due to their guidance and helpfulness of Dr. Zaretsky's. In addition to their hectic lives, they spend time with their son, a teacher, and a daughter, a college student, as well as their parents who live close to them in Shivsat Bay. We wish them and joining them an abundance of nachas from the family, and let's extend a warm welcome and a hand to our humanitarian awardees this evening. The microphone is all yours.
I just want to say how proud I am, me and my wife, to get this prestigious award. And but my deep feeling is this award for humanitarian go to all doctors that I'm working with, as well as my wife. And we're really grateful for Rabbi Brown, all the people who are working for the Aleh Foundation, for the great deeds that they're doing. Thank you very much for all of you.
The Aleh Foundation is honored to pay tribute this evening to Jack and Violet Harunian. They've been honorary board members of the Aleh Foundation for more than 10 years. Rabbi Shlomo Braun, the founder, the director of the Aleh Foundation, approached them 11 years ago to help Aleh raise funds for their multifaceted rehabilitative center in Israel. After visiting some of these programs, they both were so impressed with what they saw that they threw themselves full-heartedly and dedicated themselves to this endeavor. First, they opened their beautiful home for a cocktail reception to raise money for the Aleh Foundation and convinced former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Olmert, to speak at the reception. Our distinguished tribute chairperson, Jack, was born in Tehran in 1928. He wanted to be a dentist, but the World War II broke out. He didn't make it to medical school, to dental school. However, he became a staff member of the Imperial Bank of Iran in the office in Tehran. He also served 18 months in the Shah's army, and then he returned to even a higher position in the bank. He got married in 1957 to his lovely bride, Violet Oheb Shalom, in Tehran. They enjoyed their honeymoon in Israel in 1957. And then in 1970, they made their way to the United States, where Jack became very, very involved in the business community and became one of the leading distributors of rugs and carpets in the United States area. And starting at age 20, he's devoted himself to Israel, helping the Jewish people, the Jewish community worldwide, especially devoting and involving himself in healthcare services in Israel. Jack and Violet are involved in so many different organizations and causes and charitable endeavors that time doesn't allow us to enumerate them all. But I will say this, on Israel's 50th anniversary, Jack was designated by the Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Olmert, to become a trustee of Jerusalem, which is a rare honor bestowed on an individual or individuals outside of Israel who've contributed greatly towards the betterment of the people of Jerusalem. And by the way, Happy Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day is coming up this coming Sunday. Over the past decade, Jack and Violet have participated in all the Aleh Foundation's major fundraising events. At one event alone, they made a $100,000 contribution, and not only did they give, they influenced other people to do the same. And to date, they have dedicated an early intervention project, a therapy room at Aleh Negev, and a $5,000 cough machine. At their most recent trip to Israel, which took place over the Passover holiday, Jack presented the construction site of the Pardes Cat Special Education School and presented a check for $50,000 from the Aleh Foundation headquarters to Yehuda Malmerstein, the Director General of the Aleh Center. So let's give a warm welcome and thank you, Jack and Violet. Thank you, Jack. You didn't become a dentist, and you've been very successful at what you're doing. Thank you. Big hand. Okay, I'm going to read the special plaque that's being given out tonight as a special tribute award presented to Mr. and Mrs. Jack and Violet Harunian for their outstanding warmth and commitment to the development and rehabilitation of the special children of Aleh in Israel. Aleh Foundation, Dr. Jeff Tenenbaum, President, Rabbi Shlomo Braun, Director. Annual Awards Dinner, May 16th, 2012, in case you forgot the date. Mazal tov.
I'm not a good speaker. I haven't prepared myself to talk.
Speak from the heart.
I'm really proud to be part of this organization. It's over 26 years I was thinking, how could I help the quality of health in Israel? Thanks God, we were very successful in many cases. I believe we have dedicated ourselves day and night. There is no single day that we have not received check for Aleh. Every day we received new checks. Since they know that we are giving them, let's say, as they say in New York, receipt of the tax, so they become, I will be the honest person to raise the money for them. They know that I have raised, my wife and myself, we have traveled around the world to Aleh. We have decided again next month to go to Europe to raise some funds for Israel. As soon as I have a good news, as soon as the first floor has been finished, I have $100,000 again from reputed persons. And I have another $18,000 from Violet and myself to be dedicated. The only thing that is a major thing that I'm thinking is 24,000 parents with a peace of mind, they go every day to work. And the Aleh Foundation is taking care of these disabled children. This is the main subject for me. And the task force in Israel continue to develop. And the government of Israel will benefit. In Aleh Negev, we have 350 people working there. So the government doesn't pay unemployment. So they save. So every penny counts. Of course, the big supporter is my wife, Violet. I really appreciate it. Not only Violet, all my children will help me. I thank you very much, and I hope God give me the strength and health. I will continue as long as I live. Thank you.
Holly's discovered a secret that could help thousands of other catheter users.
For years, I never realized how different catheter supplies really were.
Like thousands of Liberator customers nationwide, Holly discovered the big difference Liberator makes with a wide range of personal services, unlike other catheter suppliers.
Liberator Medical saves you money.
Liberator contacted my doctor and made arrangements for me to try catheters that were easier to use, much more comfortable, all for free. And they helped me qualify for a new sterile catheter every time I needed one. No more reusing.
We work with your doctor, insurance, and Medicare. We handle all the paperwork and billing. There's free shipping for little or no out-of-pocket costs.
If you or someone you care for uses catheters, call today. See what makes Liberator so different and for little or no out-of-pocket costs.
The minute you make the phone call, you're going to see the difference.
Call 1-800-628-2454. 1-800-628-2454.
We hope you've enjoyed our very special broadcast originating from the Aleh Foundation dinner in New York City. For more information about the important work of the Aleh Foundation helping disabled youth in Israel, please contact them on the address you see on screen. Join us again next week, same time, same station here on the Talkline Communications Network. I'm Zev Brenner. Shalom.